let's talk about the water bottle scandal.
Ooh.
I am so salty about this story.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of Hey Apurva. Today I'm here with Pierce from PierceToons.
Hey Apurva, it's so great to be here. Thanks for bringing me on this very special first episode.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Let's begin.
Okay, so it was in 7th grade. I was walking to my Texas history class, and I sit down. It feels like a normal day, but you already know it's not going to be a normal day. Otherwise, I would be talking about it.
Absolutely.
So, my friend, or it wasn't really a friend, it was just an acquaintance at the time that I knew. We'll call her Sasha, because I don't like the name Sasha.
Oh.
Sorry to anyone named Sasha, I still love you, but like...
This Sasha
was not...
Sasha,
no.
Yes.
So, Sasha starts looking around at her backpack in a panic. And she's the popular girl. Everyone knows who she is. So they start turning around and asking, like, what's up? And she just gets more and more panicked. She's in a frenzy at this point. And everyone's like, okay, what's going on? And she's like, my hydro flask got stolen.
Hydro flask?
And if you don't know what a hydro flask is, it's like, I don't even know how expensive it is. It's a fairly expensive water bottle brand.
Oh.
So a hydro flask, it became sort of a meme at some point where if you were like a popular girl, and it was during a time where hydro flasks at my school were getting stolen by girls in the locker room. So, I mean, I guess I can understand why she thought it got stolen. So everyone was like, all right, it's probably around the room somewhere. Like, you had it when you walked in, right? And she's like, yes, I had it when I walked in. Someone stole my hydro flask. So we're all looking around for her hydro flask. And at some point, people start, like, whispering in the corner and, like, sharing glances, all that stuff.
Rumors.
And eventually, kids start pointing fingers at me. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. So, it was so, I don't know. I really have no idea. But it was so sudden, and I didn't even know how to respond. All of a sudden, everyone was like, Pierce did it. No, yep, he did it, definitely. And they didn't have any evidence to back it up, other than I looked suspicious, apparently.
That is, quote-unquote, evidence by no measure. Okay, did you, like, not get enough sleep the previous night? Like, did you...
no clue.
Actually look suspicious?
I don't think so. I'm, like, the least suspicious person. So, at this point, the teacher does walk into the room, so it's not just us crazy kids now. And so I was like, all right, someone level-headed is coming into the room. But immediately, kids are like, Pierce stole Sasha's hydro flask. And I'm like, whoa, great. So I tried to defend myself, and the teacher was like, Pierce, is this true? And I was like, no, it's not true. I did not steal her hydro flask. And then I get sent out in the hallway, like, immediately.
Oh, no.
He never got to hear my side of the story. I just had to sit in the hallway for the rest of class and miss out on all the fun history notes that we were taking.
I can feel the salt in
Yes.
that sentence. The salt. There's so much salt.
And I had told them so many times to check the lost and found. And Sasha was like, no, I know you stole it. Everyone else is like... It was just bizarre. It was so bizarre. And I walk into school the next day. I go to class. And Sasha has her hydro flask.
Ooh.
So I'm like, great. People know that I did not steal it. And so I was like, see? I told all of y'all. It was in the lost and found, wasn't it? And Sasha was like, oh yeah, it was in the lost and found. And I was like, see? I'm innocent.
Finally.
But, no. This was not a good enough explanation for these kids. Because they decided that I had some convoluted scheme in plan to steal her water bottle, put it in the lost and found, create chaos, and try and make myself seem innocent when I was actually some criminal? I don't even know.
What?
But once again, the teacher did not want to hear my side of the story. So I got detention for like a week, lunch detention.
What?
It was very sad. I had to sit in the history room for lunch and eat my sandwich quietly.
Oh no! Why are teachers level-headed most times, but not the times that you need them to be level-headed?
Exactly. There was no evidence to back up the claims the kids were making, but I guess since, like, mob rule or something, like, everyone had collectively decided that I was the one who stole it. So the teacher was like, well, I mean, it's like...
Everyone's saying it.
Yeah, it's like 18 against 1. Sorry, kiddo.
So this is a more recent story. So this story starts in 8th grade. I mean, it is in 8th grade the whole way. So we were big enough, right? We were big enough to understand what was going on around us at this point.
Yeah.
So, you know, as kids, if in kindergarten, your teacher asks you to write one letter of the English alphabet over 2 pages, you would suspect nothing.
Yeah, you just do it.
And you would write A, B, 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 B.
Yeah.
Right? But now we're in 8th grade. We know when injustice is upon us.
Mm-hmm.
So this teacher, she was the social science teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was an angry person. So she would be angry, frustrated, annoyed at everything that was happening. One kid is stuck in the back of the class, annoyed. One person didn't bring their homework, annoyed.
Yeah.
One person thought they need to do their human business in the washroom, annoyed. So she was that kind, right? No one liked her.
Yeah.
Right? We had some sympathy when she would be like, oh my god, you people are, wasting my class time. We had some sympathy. We were still humans, but we didn't like her. And, her habit was she would come in the class, pick out an annoying thing for the day, talk about it for half an hour, then complain that we have wasted her time.
Teachers do that so often. They'll get off topic and then be like, oh my gosh, guys, why did you waste my time? Why did you get us off topic? Get back to work.
So relatable. So this is the context I'm setting up here, She's that kind of teacher. Everyone has that mentality about her.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you how stuff works in a normal SST class over here. There's a chapter. The teacher will explain that chapter completely to the students. And then she'll provide us with notes. Okay?
Okay.
So mostly the notes are question answers. The questions are at the back of the textbook. Right? We have to take down the questions and the answers. The teacher provides you the answers. So this one time, the teacher is explaining, right? So she is in halfway through the chapter, I think. She's halfway through the chapter. And she notices this one guy on the back bench talking to his neighbor. Mm-hmm. And she just flips out. Like, she gets annoyed. She is furious here, right? And everyone's like, oh my goodness, what now?
What now, yeah.
Everyone is frustrated with her. They're just all annoyed as well. So we're waiting to see what this teacher, who is fuming now, is going to say. And she's just like, you guys don't care about my class. You guys don't care about my explanation. Mm-hmm. So she is just like, I'm not going to explain this chapter. You have to write the notes on your own.
Oh.
And no, it is 16 questions and you're in 8th grade and I haven't even taught you the chapter, but you have to write the notes on your own.
Yeah. Makes sense. Very logical.
So naturally, we were all annoyed.
Yeah.
But, at this point, it had almost been half the year. We know how she works. She's probably just going to have to give us the notes the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But there was this new girl. Either she was more innocent than the lot, and she was also a bit new, right? So it had been months. She's part of our class as well, but she was more innocent, and she's like, oh, this teacher is mad and we really need to write these notes, is what she thought. So I'm not even joking. Overnight, like the next day, she presented her beautiful notes, right? 16 questions. There were pages after pages, and there was so much of hard work in them. I almost felt sorry for her.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what the teacher said? Wait for it.
Oh no.
The teacher said,
oh dear.
The whole class has to have uniform notes. You're going to have to tear the pages out to write these.
Oh no. Oh no. So she had to redo them?
She actually had to tear the pages out and write what the teacher was giving.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone...
That would be so frustrating.
Everyone was stupefied. They were horrified at what was happening.
Oh no.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not joking. If that happened to me, I would not stay silent. But she was exceptionally innocent. I don't know how someone can be so innocent. Right? Being contaminated after 6th and 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So this was 8th. That's why I'm so surprised.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of the interesting stuff happens. Yeah.
And the interesting stuff in 7th that we were mentioning before, it changes you from the inside.
It does. It does.
She didn't even complain. Like, that girl didn't even complain. Like, she was sad, sure, but she didn't actually complain.
Dang. Wow.
Everyone was mind blown.
That is... I feel so bad for her.
But the rest of us learned a very important lesson. Very important lesson. Don't trust this teacher.
Definitely not. Every once in a while, my teacher sends out kids to deliver notes or a box or something to another teacher. And me and my friend, will call him John.
Mm-hmm.
Me and John were walking to the front of the school. And we delivered the box. Everything was all good. When we walk back, I'm like, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. And he's like, all right, I need to go too.
Mm-hmm.
So we both walk in. I go into one of the stalls, and he goes into the other stall. Yeah, typical. And then he leaves, like, really quick, like lightning fast. I don't understand how anyone can get done that quickly. I didn't think he washed his hands. That might have been it.
Oh, no.
But he just bolted. Yeah, especially during an epidemic, it's the best time to not wash your hands. But, so I finished up, as you do in the bathroom, but here's the thing. The hinges on the door were, like, rusted shut.
Oh, no.
So I had somehow managed to get in. It was all right closing the stall door. I mean, it was a little bit tricky. Like, I had to shove it, but I didn't think much of it at the time. And now I was completely stuck in the bathroom. The door would not open up.
Oh.
And John had already left, so I couldn't get his help. And I started contemplating my life decisions.
Oh, no.
In the stalls at my school, they have maybe, like, half a foot of space between, like, the floor and the bottom of the door. So there is a little space that I could squeeze through, but I did not want to crawl onto the floor of a bathroom, especially since I was in middle school at the time.
Thank goodness. I thought
No.
you were going to do it. I'm so happy you didn't.
No.
I am glad.
Yeah. I wanted to escape a more dignified way, so I climbed up on the toilet.
Can you do that?
Yep. So I climbed up on the toilet and hopped over the top of the stall.
Ah.
So the stalls don't reach the ceiling. Each stall they're probably like 7 feet tall, I want to say, the stalls, but like maybe like 6.5 feet tall. Somewhere like that. They were taller than us kids, but they weren't that tall. So I crawled onto the toilet, and I was able to hop into the next stall, the one that John had used. And then from there, I was able to open the stall and walk out. But by that time, like 10 minutes had passed. I was waiting for someone to come over, like come use the bathroom during class, and then I would just tell them what happened. But nothing happened, and John had already left. So 10 minutes passed that I was in that bathroom. And finally, I escaped. But the bell had already rung. So everyone was in the process of walking to their classes. And there I was, just stumbling out of the bathroom with, like, messy hair, like, disoriented. I did not know what was going on.
Where are the classroom, washroom goers when you need them?
Exactly. Everyone decided to not use the bathroom that day and not try and skip class like they normally do.
Which is a bad coincidence.
Yeah. So I went back to class, grabbed my backpack, and told my teacher what happened. And I'm not sure if she believes me.
What?
But then, about a week later, my case was proven when I got stuck in another bathroom.
Oh.
A completely different bathroom, a different stall. I wasn't stuck in there for as long.
Yeah, because you knew what to do this time. Yeah, no one's gonna go to the washroom in class just the day I'm stuck. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's going to. That's how it is. So I did show the teacher, like, the rusted hinges, and hopefully no one else has to endure the pain that I endured those times. But,
contemplating life decisions?
Man. Yep. So it was in, like, the elective hallway. So there were the theater classes, the band classes, the orchestra classes, all these electives. And a lot of times people use the bathroom in that hallway just to skip class. They'll ask to use the bathroom and stay in there for however long, like 5-10 minutes.
Half an hour if you can push it.
Yeah, half an hour if you really want to.
I was very, very competitive in 7th grade. And this is one of those stories where I did some really silly and really questionable things to win. There wasn't even a competition, which makes it sillier. In 7th grade, I did not know how to swim. And I found out that our school was having a swim camp, which was only 15 days. It was for beginners. And, I decided I would do it. It was a very fun camp. And it was, like, very efficient, too. Like, 5 days in, I could already do the freestyle swim. I mean, not well, obviously. I was, like, a beginner. But, like, I could get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
So, like, by now, most kids could kind of hold their own and not drown. So the teacher decided it was the time to start playing some games and do some interesting things. There were many games she would play, but one of them was coin throw.
Oh.
In this game, basically, she would just take some coins, toss them randomly in the pool, and we were supposed to go get them.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good way of teaching, like a good method.
And just to tell you, like, we were all beginners. None of us knew how to go underwater correctly, what to do if we could go. So it was just a very interesting game to see everyone just kind of trying their best to push their body underwater. And they would float back up because physics. I also tried like the normal kids for a couple of times, but then I decided, no, I'm a smarty pants. I don't do hard work. That sounded bad out loud. But yeah, I decided that I would trick my way into winning this, even though it wasn't a goddamn competition. So the trick was, instead of trying to get the coin with your hands, you would try and get the coin with your legs.
Oh.
What I would do was kind of pretend that I'm going underwater and just kind of fold myself into a ball in the pool and like extend my legs, grab the coin between my toes, get it in my finger, pop back up and say, "Hey guys, I got it!"
That is genius.
Whew, 7th grade Apurva. There was an unexpected advantage to this. What happened was 3 days later, there was another girl who joined our camp. But this girl could swim really well. Like, she would go to competitions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we were playing that game in our pool, and she just like dove in and was swimming really fast. And then, she couldn't see me because I was pretending to go underwater. Yeah. And she just like swam really close and sent like a swoosh of water, which like flipped me while underwater, and all the water like rushed into my nose. I was panicking, and I started like flailing my arms around. And in doing that, I learned how to swim underwater.
Oh.
Well, this wraps up the episode. We hope this added some flavor to your day. Episode 2 will be out exactly 2 weeks later, same time. Make sure to follow the podcast so you know exactly when the episode is out.
Yeah, trust me, you're not going to want to miss this.
Thank you for coming on the show, Pierce. It was really fun talking to you. I'm so excited for episode 2.
Oh yeah, it was such a blast.
See you.
See ya. Thanks again.